Okay, this is part 3 of healthcare reform. And of course, as I suggested, that the insurance companies are actually the people who decide to pay whatever they want to pay and then negotiate the price in their interest, their best interest, not the interest of the customer. And then, of course, the customer is left with what's left over on the bill to pay. Now, with 80% of our bankruptcies filed in the United States due to health care issues, you would think that it would be a very good idea to change the system and what it's doing. Of course, I do understand that health insurance companies a lot of times have problems and with big bills due to like cancer and stuff of that nature. But you know what? With all that being said and done, how are hospitals and stuff still being profitable? Well, they are, even though there's a lot of people that are getting into the hospitals for free. And then there's a lot of insurance companies that are only paying out small portions thereof. So what we need to do is actually go to the source. You need to go to the health insurance companies, and we need to let them know that they are charging way too high of prices. We also need to suggest to the senators and congressmen that if they don't write a bill soon stating that the health insurance companies need to become non-profit entities, okay? And therefore, when they're non-profit, guess what? There's better health care for all. The employees get paid well. And then there needs to be a cap actually on the CEOs themselves. They are one of the highest paid in the United States, besides coaches of basketball and football teams, mind you, and Bill Gates and Mr. Warner. So, with that being said, and Soros, you know, there's other big companies who get paid a lot. And, of course, most of those are owners. Health insurance companies did not have the owners be the CEOs. So, they shouldn't be making $2 million a year with $500,000 in stock options. That just shouldn't happen. Instead, that money needs to go more towards the employees. So there needs to be a huge change, and I don't believe that the single payer option is actually a good option, because what happens is you're driving out the reason to be competitive, and then when companies no longer want to be competitive because they're not making big profits, then they turn around and they actually work much more slowly. And of course, then you have the United States, which supposedly has this wonderful healthcare system. It is in the fact that we have new advances done all the time, but it is so expensive that most taxpayers can't pay the bills. So they file for bankruptcy, and that causes all that money to be redistributed amongst the poor and rich alike. So, if you had people be responsible for a certain portion thereof, they would be less likely to overuse the health insurance. They would also only use it when they need it. And then the health insurance companies, since they would be nonprofit, they would be more apt to pay for stuff and to allow for more experimental, I guess, treatments. Because there's no reason why cancer should be a multi-million-dollar business for all these companies, and then only 3% of people live. In general, you can look it up. So, with that being said, there needs to be a huge change done, and we need to go and picket these insurance companies. And don't call the call centers, because they actually record the information, but the poor little call center person just gets chewed out for no reason. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and good luck.